It's a tale as old as time. Offense versus defense. Anthony Totri versus Erik Ruby. Who will show out more this season? We're breaking it down today.
Friday, welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils show, coming to you live from Studio K, presented by Circle K. Make sure you join Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. I am Anthony Totri, joined, as always, by Jose Perez. He is back in his seat. We love that for Senor Erik Ruby. We got the deli man behind the Mac making all of the magic happen alongside intern Seth. So do us a solid. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. We got a couple things that we're going to talk about today, mainly the offense and the defense. So which group, if you had to pick one, is most likely to surpass the expectations in 2025? Of course, we got a hot or not at the tail end of today's show. But before we get into any of that, we got to show you the coldest, iciest thing that came across the timeline this morning, and that is, of course, the Big 12 championship rings. Erik, I mean, the bling is just outrageous for ASU.
Let's get cold in here?
It's frigid. It's frigid in here. Dude, the ice is crazy.
I'm shivering. The best part is not just the fact that the Iowa State ASU score is on there, but on the other side of the ring, on the inside of it, it has the Territorial Cup score on it as well. I'm just wondering, when are ours coming?
Yeah, when do we get our rings?
Do you think that ours got lost in the mail? Because you would think they'd get delivered at like the same. Do we have to go to the facilities and pick them up? But I feel like they should. I feel like they would have let us
Kenny,
know.
I'll see if ours maybe got lost in the mail or what happened.
I feel like we really should get it. We should get at least like one that like you get like 1 week, I get the other week. It's like a custody thing. Like we share it.
I don't know if I'd want to share it with you.
No, but like we'd have to.
There's
no way they're giving us.
Okay,
two.
what finger are you wearing it on?
Middle finger for sure.
You're wearing it on the middle finger?
Come on.
I feel like more of like I'm putting it on a chain and I'm just wearing it around the neck the entire time. You're putting on the pinky deli, man? Your pinky toe?
Toe?
Pinky toe for a championship ring?
Wildly uncomfortable.
That's crazy.
Also, the smallest championship ring of all time.
Yeah, I mean, that would be really uncomfortable.
How big is your pinky toe?
I mean, Shane's a big guy.
Shane doesn't have a mic, so he's just giving us the look.
You've got the buttons. You've still got the little bells and whistles over there. That was a maybe, right? I don't know.
How big is your pinky toe?
Boing. Maybe.
Boing.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
It's Friday. I said I had a feeling about the show today.
Yeah. No, you did. You did. The biggest question though is where are you putting the second ring? The back-to-back championship
on
ring.
the other middle finger.
On the other middle finger, I guess that's...
I don't like Shane without a mic. No. He's just giving us a look.
Yeah, I agree. I
don't like that at all.
Let us know in the chat what you guys think of Arizona State's 2024 Big 12 championship ice. It is great stuff. Again, if you didn't catch that entire video, go to PHNX_Sun Devils on social. We tweeted the video. The ASU football account was tweeted like just still photos that you could see of like the actual like interior designs. So definitely take a look at that. But Rubus, if the Sun Devils are going to repeat as Big 12 champions in 2025 in a loaded conference, quarterback conference, whatever, you're going to need, I think, one group, whether that be the offense or the defense, to surpass the already hefty expectations that there are. Because while we believe that Arizona State returned a ton of talent and got better on both sides of the ball, the same can be said for the majority of the Big 12.
Yeah, I mean, you don't repeat as champions if you don't get better than the year before.
If you stayed the same.
Yeah, and I mean, the expectations are pretty high. Now, are they being picked to win the Big 12 by everybody? No, not even the coaches. But I would say nobody thinks this team's going to be bad.
No.
Right. But I think there's clearly one unit that is getting more national respect than the other. And I think that makes this conversation a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
Because for us, like locally, it feels like it's a little bit more even.
Yeah.
Right. But when you look at it from like what EA College Football 26 is doing and how national reporters are talking about this team and what the players they're focusing on are, it's very clearly leaning towards special teams. So it's very clearly leaning towards the offense, obviously led by Sam Leavitt and Jordyn Tyson. Yeah. But at the same time, with this defense, they have more continuity.
Yep.
Than the offense. They have, I feel like maybe even, I don't know if a higher ceiling is the right word, but maybe that's what we're going to talk about today.
For the offense or for the defense?
For the defense. Like, I think it's an interesting conversation on like which unit has the highest floor, the highest ceiling.
Yeah.
You know, who has the best player too? Because I know we might want to think about Sam Leavitt and Jordyn Tyson, but I think Xavion Alford is
I think you can make an argument for
conversation
Fite
as well.
too.
And I think it's, yeah. So we'll break it down piece by piece, and we'll rip here for a while on it. But I do think that this is going to be an interesting conversation, and I'm glad that it's like an actual competition.
Yeah, 100%. ESPN 3546 saying per Sports Illustrated, Leavitt's going to finish as a Heisman finalist. Udoh will finish as a 1,000-yard rusher, and the Devils will win a CFP game. Expectations seem high right now. Well, if you ask Kenny Dillingham, expectations aren't real.
What are expectations?
They're not real. They're not real, right? They're just kind of set by everybody else. Again, kind of to your point with national media and folks that are in the college football realm that aren't necessarily ASU-centric all the time the way we are, there is a lot of hype and expectation around that offense because you do have a guy in Sam Leavitt that is expected to be a Heisman candidate. You have a wide receiver in Jordyn Tyson that should be in the thick of the Balintikoff Award conversation, the award that goes to the best wide receiver in all of college football. You've got a guy in Ben Coleman up front on the offensive line that was a preseason all-conference type of player. Mm-hmm. Not to mention you brought in Kanye Udoh, 1,000-yard, 10-plus touchdown guy from Army a year ago. You added a wideout from Bama, from Fresno State, from Clemson.
The two blue bloods.
Bama
and Fresno State.
You return your second-team all-conference tight end in Shimon Mateer from a year ago. You add a giant in A.J. Ea. Like, the expectations are set just realistically really, really high for this offensive group, while you look to the defensive side of the ball, and it does feel like maybe, I don't want to say slept on is the right word, but there are a lot of people that I think early on acknowledged the fact that this defense is returning a lot of talent in the linebackers up front, in the secondary. But they're almost, it feels like not giving the defense enough credit for what they accomplished last year.
Yeah, I mean, last year's defense not only came up with massive plays in big moments, but showed up week in and week out. What's the most points they put against them? It was Texas Tech. I'm assuming was the most points they had scored against.
Yeah,
them.
I mean, let me look. I can look real quick.
But like, there was never like, oh man, they got 50 put up on them. No. You know, like a TCU got like 50 put up by like Abilene Christian.
I think that was Tech that had 50 something put on by Abilene Christian. To be honest.
Oh, was it? I thought that was TCU.
I thought it was Tech. Tech week 1 got embarrassed pretty much by giving up a ton of points. They ended up winning. The most points that ASU gave up last season was, let's see, they gave up 31 to Kansas. They gave up 31 to UCF and 31 to Texas.
So 31 points.
31 points is the most by 3 teams.
That's not a lot of points.
No, it's not. Especially you look at the teams specifically that Texas team, right? You look at a team in Texas coached by Steve Sarkisian, one of the best offensive minds in all of college football. You look at the talent they had at wide receiver, specifically a guy in Matthew Golden, like the running back position with Jaden Blue and Contravion Wisner, and what ASU defensively was able to do to really stifle that group. Again, giving up 31 points, not to mention that game with the double overtime. Right. So like they had to play extra quarters to ultimately get it done. So 31 points against a group in Texas that had a number of NFL talent, I think speaks again volumes to this defense. Something that Shane and I discussed yesterday, just in terms of like this group specifically in the run game did such a phenomenal job, like making opposing offenses one-dimensional, which is why I think you saw so many teams really struggle to score points against Arizona State. Like you look at some of these teams here that in theory like had some talent to really go back and forth against Arizona State, and ultimately like the Sun Devils just made them one-dimensional, and that's how they won, I feel like, a lot of games.
Yeah, and I mean, it's coaching, too, and preparation and knowing your opponents, because you faced a whole lot of different types of offenses last year. Okay, if I asked you 365 days ago what unit you think would be better for the Sun Devils going into last season,
What unit would
you
be
say?
better?
Before we get to fall camp, before we get to Camp T, if I asked you on July 18th, 2024, what would be the best unit, offense or defense, for the Sun Devils? What would you say? Because think about it. There's a question mark at quarterback, right? But
I would say defense.
We know
I would
about
say
Cam
defense.
Scadaboo. You think defense? Because there were a lot of moving pieces and question marks going into defense.
I feel like there were less questions, to be honest.
You think so?
Well, and again, I think you can go back, and I don't think I'm misquoting myself here at all. Like, I was somebody that was a big believer in this defense.
Yeah, your hot
season.
take was that they could be one of the best defenses in the Big 12.
Yeah, and that's because, again, you had a guy in CJ Fite. You brought in a guy in Justin Watley who had played in a college football playoff before. You returned Clayton Smith and Prince Dorba. In the secondary, you added somebody who was familiar with the system in Javen Robinson. And then on the opposite end, Keith Abney, who is a guy that he's just developed year over year. And then on the back end, you get Alford. You add a guy in Miles Rouser, who we saw in camp was just a heat-seeking missile. And then at linebacker, you had like three guys that you added, specifically in Cyrus Viaseu and Keyshawn Elliott, who were just absolute dogs at their respective schools. And then you brought in an SEC talent, Jordan Crook. There was no reason this defense should not be a top 5 unit in the conference. And like you said earlier, ASU's offense, like, you didn't necessarily know what you were getting because you had a quarterback competition. You knew you had Scat.
You knew you had the best player on the team. Right. So that's kind of the conversation.
You didn't see Shaman because he came after spring ball.
Yeah.
Like, there
we
was
feel the
there
same way about like getting like Watley in there as well. Keyshawn Elliott, right? I mean, at the time, Cole Martin was going to be a big part of this as well. You know, you had a lot of players that were transferring in that you had only seen either in spring camp or not in spring camp at all because they transferred in the window after that.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it's interesting that now I think the offense obviously has a lot more questions to it as far as just like overall new layers and new ideas, where the defense is, okay, Montana Warren is stepping in for Shamari Simmons. Right. Other than that, your defense is set to where it was before.
Yeah.
Right. And obviously depth pieces change. You know, I know we're like looking at it from macro view. You know what we haven't talked about enough this offseason? Jacob Kingaika.
I was talking about him yesterday. It just shows me you weren't watching the show.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yesterday was the day off. I unplugged yesterday. Well, I unplugged from YouTube. I was busy.
You were busy
on Twitter.
Yeah.
But I feel like, overall, like, Jacob Kingaika's not been coming up a lot. And even like you talked about him yesterday, that's great. It's like, but we haven't talked about him a ton. I feel like he's a sneaky big part of this defense.
He was last year too. Like, the interior of this defensive line, and I think Shane brought this up yesterday, is like, you go into this season, the interior of the defensive line is such a fun group to look at this year. Just with the talent that they have in CJ Fite. I mean, just the defensive line in general, right? CJ Fite, Jacob Kingaika. You bring in Michael Gardner from Oregon. That's going to be a fun addition. You still have Zach Swanson. Anthony Cooper is back for year 16 of college football, right? Let's hope he stays healthy for this one. Like, there are so many guys on this defensive line now that you can point to or look at and be like, I can make an argument for why each and every one of these guys could have a really, really fun season. And the fact of the matter is, you returned them all, right? Yeah. Yes, you added some pieces, but you didn't really lose any talent in the interior of the defensive line.
And you brought back the coaches that coached them to success, and you have a strength and conditioning staff that is focusing on making these players' bodies better, right? Yeah. So for me, like, there's no reason to see them stagnate. Obviously, like, I think if they remain the same and had the same level of output, I think that's a massive loss for this team. Like, I expect this defense to be significantly better, but do you expect the offense to be significantly better? That's also kind of a question that we look at. Like, is this Arizona State offense better this year without Cam Scadaboo? And as much as we want to say that we're confident they can replace him, you are still losing Cam Scadaboo. You're losing the biggest piece, and you're losing maybe your second biggest piece and consistent point on offense last year in Leaf Fautanu as well. And you're losing Guillory, who was, not your number one weapon all year, but when Jordyn Tyson went out, stepped up in big moments and proved that he was good. So you have a lot more question marks, but I feel like that ceiling, right? That explosive level of all the pieces coming together on the offense all at once, I think that's higher than the defense at certain points. Like, it's so fascinating onto how you break it down. And then if you go into the depth as well, right? Like the secondary is super deep for ASU, but also the wide receiver room is super deep for ASU. So obviously that's what today's show is about, so we're going to get into it even more so. But I find the layers of you can keep going and going and going. Like there are no like weak points to it. Any weakness that you point to either side of the ball, right? There's a clear counter to it.
Yeah, I don't know if there is a weakness on this team, but
what a sentence.
I want to answer the questions that you just brought up, and we will get to that and so many more on the other side of this quick break. Look, it's 1,000,000 degrees outside, okay? Whether you're going golfing, spending some time by the pool, maybe you're taking a hot girl or hot guy walk, okay? And you don't want to do your hair? Well, put on a Branded Bills cap, block out the sun. The best part about the Branded Bills caps?
What?
They are breathable.
They are.
Erik, they're breathable. Like, it's something that doesn't get brought up a lot when we're talking about hats here in Arizona. Take off a hat, and it's just drenched in sweat. That is not the case when you go to Branded Bills and you put on one of their caps. Look, they've got something for everybody, whether you need snapbacks, truckers, fitteds, beanies, or tees. They've got you covered with performance and style. Not to mention, they've got partnerships with several universities, including Arizona State. They do some charity work on the side, of course, with U of A as a part of their campus collection. Not to mention, they're also a partner with your Phoenix Suns. So congratulations on that. Make sure you head to brandedbills.com and use code BBPHNX for 15% off your first order.
Well, maybe you're making a big order of Branded Bills hats. Maybe you're buying gas, groceries, travel, home projects, and more. Guess what? You can get double the amount of points on it with Mountain America Credit Union. Listen, Mountain America Credit Union's been running this promotion. They're double points on reward credit card purchases for a long time now, for over a month. But time is ticking. 13 days. The thing is, there's still time to join, and you still should, because 13 days is a lot of days. And you're going to be stretching your dollar for a long time. You're going to be spending money for these next 13 days for sure. I'm going on vacation in these next 13 days.
Lucky.
I know I'm going to be stretching my dollar there. Mountain America Credit Rewards Card, and you can use those double points for things like travel rebates, gift cards, event tickets, and more. But like I said, it's a limited time only, so take advantage of it while you can. Get details at macu.com/double. Loans are unapproved. Credit offer can change or be withdrawn at any time. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions. Totri, they apply.
Jeez, man.
They apply.
They apply, yeah.
The terms and conditions apply.
You said it with so much force.
Well, because they apply.
They do apply.
I applied
Stretch a dollar bill, yo. Hit
bad.
the like button, hit the subscribe button.
Usually it's like, oh, Erik, that was bad. No, Totri, that was bad.
I've got one every couple months.
Yeah. Fox noon kickoff at Arizona State football facility.
Right now?
Right now.
Fox noon
according
kickoff?
to insider Doug Tamaro.
That would be, that would be great if we could get a noon kickoff for the Texas Tech game. That would be huge for me personally. That way I could
Looks like they're interviewing Sam Leavitt.
Shocker. They want to talk to the quarterback. So do you think Fox thinks that the Arizona State offense will surpass expectations?
I will surpass okay, if we're talking surpassing expectations, I think people would pick the defense more. I think if we're talking who overall people will think will be a better unit,
I'm talking
offense.
People that know ball. People that know that the defense isn't like significantly lower than the offense.
I still think that people would believe, as far as surpassing expectations
that the defense doesn't have the offense.
That the defense is more likely to do that. Simply because the expectations on the offense are higher.
Well,
even those who know ball, the expectation on offense is literally, you could have a Heisman winner, a Blitnikoff winner, and 2 top 10 picks.
Okay, well, you're answering the question there then. But I think before we actually answer the question of who's going to surpass the expectations, we should do what you kind of just did here and set the expectations or acknowledge what the expectations are for ASU's offense and ASU's defense in 2025. To your point, with the ASU offensive unit as a whole, I think the expectation is that this is a top 3 overall team offense in this conference.
Yeah.
I think we're talking potentially about a team that should have the number 1 quarterback and number 1 wide receiver in the Big 12. The expectation is you have at least 1,000-yard rusher, given what we've seen from Dilly and Arroyo's offense, not just last year, but in years past with Kenny Dillingham. The offensive line, I think you should I don't think it's a Joe Moore award, probably like preseason offensive line. But I think, again, the expectation is that this is a group that has a lot of returning pieces, that they should overall be a really strong unit, hold their own in this conference. I think that's the expectation, right? At least in the conference. I think national like perspective, we're talking about a top 10 offense.
Yeah.
Is what this offense is probably the expectation in the bar is set at.
I mean, they were a 91 in college football 26.
Yeah.
That's a top 10 offense.
They don't sim well. I'll tell you that.
They don't really?
We found that out the other day. We found that out the other day.
You know what? That's a good thing, though. That's a good thing, though, because last year when they simmed poorly, we won all the games.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the games that they won in the sim, we lost.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Should be interesting. The expectations for the defense, though, definitely not that high.
No, not top 10 in the country high.
No, but top 5 in the conference?
Top 5 in the conference. I think that's fair.
I feel like people who know Big 12 ball definitely think this is going to be a good defense. And I mean, somebody like Matt Berry, who's obviously like a Sun Devil sicko when we talked to him, was like, you have no excuses because all but one of your players are returning.
Yeah. I mean, just looking back to last year, this was a top 5 defense in the Big 12 in terms of yards allowed per game, total yards per game. This was they were like right fringe top 10 in pass yards per game allowed. They were the number 1 offense when it came to rushing yards allowed in this conference, when they gave up 112.9 per game. And then they were a top 3 defense in the conference in terms of points per game allowed. So this was overall a top 5 unit last year. Yeah. If you're returning everybody except Shamari, the expectation is you're a top 5 unit again, right? Like easily. I think there is a higher expectation that this secondary improves just in terms of like what they allow per game passing wise from these other, offenses. I think the defense, like in terms of the front 7 being able to stop the run, the expectation is, again, you're a top 3 unit in defending the run. So certainly top 5 defense in this conference, but I don't know if the expectation is lofty enough to be, you're a top 10 defense in the country, but I think top 25 defense is certainly in that conversation.
How likely do you think it is that Arizona State ends the season with the best defense in the Big 12?
How likely?
Yeah.
Like overall team defense? Yeah. You want me?
Best in the Big 12.
I'd give it a 33% chance.
What would you give the percentage chance of Arizona State having the best offense in the Big 12?
50%.
I mean, 33% chance still.
It's pretty high.
That's still pretty high.
Yeah. Again, this was like a top 5 group last year and they lost 1 starter.
Yeah.
There's no reason this group shouldn't be as good, right? Like, what can you point to and say, they're going to be worse against the run? Why? Why would they be worse overall as a team? Because they lost 1 player? But isn't that the job of the coaches and everybody else to replace that talent or to groom the talent to get better once that individual leaves? And they added a bunch of pieces, right? And they added pieces in places that they're already strong in, right? They added a Washington State safety. They added a couple corners from Purdue that are bigger body guys. They have a guy in Montana Warren who's been in this system, in this program for several years. And then on the interior of the defensive line, they added a bunch of pieces. Like, in theory, this group should be better than the offense to start the year because they have more of the same guys that did it at this level on this team in this system. The offense, no disrespect to this offense. I think this offense is going to be an elite level offense. But if you're just pointing out the facts, there is a new starting running back. There's at least 2 new starters probably along the offensive line. Your wide receiver 2 and 3, they're new this year. Your backup tight ends 2 and 3, they're new this year. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of
your center is new.
Yeah, there's a lot of new players, or at least new starters, going to be on this Arizona State offense.
Jeff Sims is still here, though.
Jeff Sims still here.
Still here.
Yeah. Love that for Jeff.
Love that for us.
Yeah, no, that's facts. But there is, I think this just goes to show the weight that national media and folks are putting on Sam and Jordyn.
Well, yeah, and they should. And that's what these guys want too, right? And like, I'm sure that both sides will take whatever slight and disrespect that they could possibly glean and to be like, oh yeah, they don't believe in us, right? Like,
I believe in you.
Say it again.
I believe in you.
Who do you believe in?
I believe in the whole team, man. I believe in this entire Arizona State team, and I believe in the coaching staff.
Do you believe in me?
Depends on the day.
Do you believe in Shane?
It depends also on the day.
Do you believe in Seth?
I'll let you know by the end of the show.
Okay. So far,
so good. Yeah. No problems.
Do you get those 15 graphics we asked for, Seth, or no?
Working on it.
Working on it.
Okay.
Even Shane looked up from his
Shane's
computer.
not happy.
It's okay, Shane. We're going to get to... Is that a goose on your head? Is that a goose on your head? I know you're working. So are we. You got a goose on your head?
He has a Jaden Fortier on his head.
A golden goose?
Golden goose. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, that's a duck.
duck.
That's a duck. Yeah.
Oh, we're ripping now.
He's got lice. That's tough. Hit the like button.
Not even
Hit the subscribe button. Drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. In terms of the question, which group, offensively or defensively, is going to have the best chance or more likely to surpass the expectations? Which specific position room do you think is going to face the most pressure for that side of the ball to actually hit that question?
Offensive line.
Okay.
And defensive line.
Ooh, you've always been a trenches guy.
I'm big in the trenches.
You love the trenches, man.
They find me in the trenches.
They find you in the trenches.
They say, "Oh, where's Eric on his off day?"
Yeah, in the trenches.
That's why I wasn't watching the show yesterday.
Fighting KD in the trenches.
I was down in the trenches with Kevin.
Yeah.
I think it's both sides of the line. I think those are the biggest question marks on both sides of the ball. Right? I know that like you might look at running back. Maybe that's like the number 2 answer for me, but I think with offensive line in the ability to like still step up and protect at the level that you need to protect to have the type of offense that they need and to lose your center and have another, starter along the side, they'll probably be different. And then the defensive line, even they've admitted that they need to get to the quarterback better, right? And in order
not even just getting there, just bringing them down.
Bring them down.
Yeah.
Right? And so if you're looking at that and saying what takes this defense from like great to all time to elite, it is that, right? Because secondary is solid. I mean, they can always improve, but you don't really have many complaints.
No, I don't have any, and I brought this up yesterday. I don't have any issues with the starting secondary. I'm just more curious to see what the depth looks like here, because we haven't seen a lot of the depth in action, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's young guys, transfers, like we haven't, the backups here are definitely younger or they're newer. So like that for me is a bigger question.
For sure. I think that there's always, most places minus like 5 teams maybe in college football are always going to have questions when it comes to like who's going to step up depth wise. Even last year you looked at it, but then last year when like Keyshawn Elliott gets out for targeting, Clayton Smith gets out for targeting.
So many targeting calls.
That was a lot of targeting. And then one
not targeting. That should have been.
Like people stepped in. And I think that's also where I don't think about the depth as much, maybe because maybe I'm just not as smart as you, but I think it's also because
I'm clipping that. I hope you know.
It's fine. Not the thing that people will talk about the most about. But I think that with this coaching staff specifically, and the way that they all prepare, and the way that we've heard them, talk to us and say, we're all ready to step in and play 3 deep, against NAU and have everybody step to the plate. They are going to. I have told players on the team, if they let NAU score on them, I'm ripping them apart.
You did say that.
I'm ripping them apart. A touchdown, not acceptable. A field goal, 2 field goals, I might lose my mind.
2 field goals,
a touchdown and a field goal. I'm not even doing a post game.
I think when we simmed it yesterday, and I don't want to give out the whole video. It's hopefully going to come out this weekend. They won what, 70 something to 75-3 was the sim.
All except
you'd be fine with that score.
If the 3 came against the third stringers, I would accept 75.
75-3 would be a great post game show.
That would just have to be the thumbnail.
The 72-point victory.
Lumberjacked.
Yeah, literally cut down. I mean, we could just keep going.
Yeah.
Timber.
Man, bring me to week 1 already.
I know. Next month, man.
Wow.
A month and less than a month. Oh no, we still got. They play next month. A month and like 13 days.
Yeah, a little over a month.
I'm here. I'm ready.
You're almost. Remember January? The end of January, so long ago.
I've worked my ass off to get to this point where we're a month away.
This is why you deserve a ring.
We deserve a ring.
There we go. Wow. I mean, that's huge. Oh, the ring? That's tough.
That hurt, man.
I heard your
one.
Knuckle crack. How are you going to handle it when I have the Big 12 championship ring on my middle finger?
I'm just not going to give you knucks, dude. That one hurt. Look, I think we should actually answer the question that's in the headline. Is Arizona State's offense or defense more likely to surpass expectations? I promise we'll get to that answer after this quick break.
I love how half of our ad reads are just like, hey, it's hot. Right?
It is,
because
man.
it is. I mean,
hot.
Your local Phoenix media, you're going to talk about local issues, and the big local issues, how hot it is. And that's why using your smart thermostat with APS, well, it keeps your home cool, but it doesn't light your pockets on fire. Because your smart thermostat can work with your APS rate plan to help you automatically adjust the temperature in your home. And did you know that for every 1 degree you raise your thermostat, you could save up to 2 to 3% on your cooling costs? You just got to not be a dummy like me and forget to not move your thermostat up and down. That's why when you have a smart thermostat, you can do it from anywhere. And right now, APS customers may be eligible for a smart thermostat for, get this, as low as $0 when you enroll in the APS Cool Rewards program. Plus, if you already have a smart thermostat at home, like ya boy Professor Oates, see if it's eligible to enroll in Cool Rewards. Plus, free install is available at marketplace.aps.com. You must be an APS customer and pay shipping and taxes. Other restrictions apply. Go to marketplace.aps.com for more information.
Look, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Fix your floors, fam. Do it with Empire today. Okay?
I don't like how you said
just
that.
Just like your favorite
Fix your floors, fam. No,
just like your favorite team.
Needs what's this? Empire today
home
just dropped
court
PHNX Sun
field
Devils.
ice advantage. Your home needs a home floor advantage, and Empire today can help you get it. They have flooring experts, literally dedicated flooring professionals who focus on flooring every single day. We tell you all the time about those horrendous experiences in the big box stores where you wander the aisles just for hours. You can't find anybody to help you answer questions, and by the time you figure it all out, you have to go home and do it yourself. That is not the case with Empire today. They live and breathe flooring, and they're going to be with you every step of the way. It is a whole different ball game. Plus, schedule a free in-home estimate today because some things are just better at home. PHNX listeners can receive a $350 discount when using promo code PHNX. Yes, you heard it right, a $350 discount with code PHNX. Visit empiretoday.com/PHNX for full details.
I didn't like that.
You didn't like Fix Your Floors, fam?
No, fix your floor,
You got it.
Fix your floor, fam. How's your floor flan today, Totri?
I just can't believe you didn't like that, man.
You can't believe that I didn't.
I feel like that was straight out of the Rubus playbook.
Which is why I didn't.
What was
like
horrible
it.
about it? Everything. Listen, Duck Boy.
Duck Boy is crazy.
You like Duck Boy?
Duck Boy is kind of crazy though.
Duck Boy and Lava Girl.
Duck Boy and Lava. I mean, that would have been a great movie. That probably would have been better than Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Duck Boy and Lava Girl. How do they meet?
No chance. Hawaii.
Hawaii, a wedding reception?
Duck reception.
A duck reception. I don't know what a duck reception is. Do you know?
You've never been to a duck reception before?
No.
Dude, you did.
It's not just like a pond. They don't meet at a pond or something.
The fact that you have to ask that question is embarrassing.
Okay, one final question on Duck Boy and Lava Girl. What powers does Duck Boy have? He can fly?
Dude. Why? You know the cameras are on,
I know,
right?
but what, like...
This is embarrassing.
They just quack real loud?
Dude.
Like, what do you do?
You're
fly?
just digging in
Answer
your
the
hole.
question.
You're digging the hole
Answer the
deeper.
question.
It's not my fault. It's
I'll
not
sit in
my
the hole.
fault that
Answer
you're
the
uninformed
question.
about Duck Boy.
Answer the
It's not my
question.
fault.
Somebody answer the question. We're not moving on until somebody tells me what Duck Boy does.
Seth?
He quacks.
So he's a
quacks.
duck.
Yeah, but he's a boy.
He's
He quacks, but he's a boy.
He quacks, but he's a boy.
You idiot.
What else did you do, Seth?
He has 0 national championships,
He has 0 national championships.
Ducks.
just
The
like
Ducks.
Oregon.
Okay. Sounds like he's a loser, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm more of a Shark Boy fan. So.
You're more of a Shark Boy guy.
Taylor Lautner, Shark Boy.
Yeah. I'm Taylor Lautner guy.
You're a Taylor Lautner guy, not a Duck Boy.
Team Jacob for sure.
Let's move on.
Team Jacob for
Let's
sure.
move on.
Are you Team Jacob or Team Edward?
Team Jacob.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
not. It's not even
For
close.
sure.
It's not even close that it's
Yeah.
Team Jacob. If you're Team Edward, I don't want to talk to you.
Did you know that Taylor Lautner is actually like a world champion at karate?
Now I do.
Now you know.
Well, there's your useless fact of the day, everybody. Okay, Rubus, who is more likely to surpass expectations?
Duck Boy or Lava Girl?
2025. The offense, the defense, and tell me why.
Most likely to surpass expectations is the defense.
Okay.
Because the defense does not have as high as expectations. I think they're both going to be elite units from top to bottom. I don't see many weaknesses there. I think they show up week in and week out. And I think most weeks you're going to look at the opposing offense and defense and say Arizona State has the better unit of the two.
Yeah.
What has to happen for them to lose this game, not what has to happen for them to win the game, right? So I do not think it's as big of a gap as nationally a lot of people think, and even Big 12 media think as well. But that being said, it's very clear that this defense is not being given the same amount of respect. And out of respect for both units, I think that's the deciding factor with me is who has the lowest bar. And it's clear the defense has the lowest bar as of right now.
It is kind of crazy, though, that the defense does have a bar that
It's
low.
crazy, but it's true. That's just the way that it's been laid out there. It's because they just don't have, I think the offense is a little bit more top heavy. And the defense, I think, is a little bit more solid.
But even then, you still have some preseason all-conference guys.
Yeah,
man.
but not preseason national. Like Xavion Alford is the only guy really that could get any love nationally on this defense.
I think CJ Fite might.
I don't know if nationally. I think by the end of the year, yes. I think he's good enough to, yes. But there's a difference between being good enough and getting it.
Yeah. But this, I guess you're
right. But if you look up, I'd have to imagine 95% of mentions of Arizona State in any national article this entire offseason is Kenny Dillingham, Sam Leavitt, or Jordyn Tyson.
Well, we literally just saw it on Twitter, right? Fox big new kickoff, whatever.
Sam
They're talking to Sam.
And I think it's fair. I think it's fair to focus on that.
That's
right? It's not it's a bad decision to do that. But
yeah, can you imagine they come here and the producers are like, so who'd you talk to? Oh, well, we talked to everybody on the defense. So so did you get the quarterback or maybe
coach?
The number one wide receiver, the head coach?
I don't know. If you talk to everybody on the defense, that's a damn good interview.
It is a damn good interview. I'm going to double down with you. I think the Arizona State defense is the group that surpasses expectations in 2025. I think, again, just framing it with the logic that the expectations for the offense nationally are so much higher, right? Top 10 group, potentially a number one unit in the Big 12. I think there's a higher chance probably that people think that they hit that. But ultimately, because the defense, the bar nationally is set at probably a top 5 group in the conference or a top 25 defense, I think this group surprises. And I think depending on how the rest of this conference shakes out, they've got a chance to be a top 10 unit nationally if they take care of business against some of these really big teams, right? You play a Baylor. The expectations for that offense are really high. What happens if ASU goes out there and beats up on the Bears?
Yeah, what about Texas Tech?
Same thing with Texas Tech.
TCU has
Iowa
an NFL
State,
quarterback,
TCU,
according to a lot of people.
Right, well, there are a lot of teams that you could make the argument have quote-unquote NFL caliber quarterbacks in this conference. So if this defense is able to really take care of business in this conference, I think that and this may be, we're in a rare year where it does feel like Big 12 quarterbacks are much better than they've been in years past, or it feels like almost every team in this conference has a guy that you can point to a quarterback and be like, damn, that's a good quarterback. If Arizona State, specifically the defense, is able to handle business in this conference, I am going to feel way more confident this year going into the college football playoff than last year going into the college football playoff, because I just feel like it is a far deeper group in terms of being able to air out the football in the Big 12.
Yeah, I agree for sure. I also think, though, if I'm going to go into the college football playoffs and determine my confidence based off of a singular positional room, surpassing expectations, it's offensive line. Because one of the things you saw in that Texas game, especially early on, is Sam was just running for his life.
Yeah, and there were no holes really for Scat early in that game.
And then early in the game, and then they eventually opened up. But think about how different of a game that would have been if early on Arizona State had some momentum and maybe put 3 on the board.
I mean, they blinked and they were down 14-0.
That's what I'm saying. It's if Arizona State was able to get into more of a rhythm offensively, and I think a big part of that was the offensive line, not just the offensive line, but a part of it, then that's a completely different game.
Yeah.
Right. And in those games, the margin for error is so slim that if you go down 14-0, or if you start off unable to score off the bat, or your quarterback gets pressured and can't get into a rhythm, that might lose you the game because you're going to overtime and fourth and whatever the hell. Right. So I'm looking at the offensive line specifically as like, if I could pick one group out of all groups that I would most like to surpass expectations, it would probably be the offensive
that you'd
line.
most like to surpass expectations.
Unless it's like
That's
quarterback,
an interesting question.
quarterback, and that means Sam Leavitt's winning.
Well,
the
yeah,
Heisman,
you could
right?
pick. I was gonna say I'd pick quarterback there, quarterback
To
or wide receiver.
Yeah, if you're gonna guarantee
then you've got the number
expectations, pick the highest expectations.
Yeah, 100%.
It's fair.
'Cause
But
then-
besides quarterback, but in wide receiver, like the two best players on the team, the two that are getting the most national attention, give me a unit or a player on either side of the ball that you would most like to surpass expectations.
Most like to surpass.
For me, I would like the offensive line as a unit to most surpass expectations on offense, and on defense, I think it would be
I'm gonna say Keith Abney.
Montana.
Okay.
I think it's Montana because he is that quote unquote weak link missing piece. If he surpasses expectations and plays like or better than Shamari in that piece, and everybody else meets expectations, that defense does not have a singular hole in it.
Yeah, no, I think that is 100% a valid answer. I think I'd probably go with Keith on defense.
Keith was the other name.
Just because I feel like if he surpasses expectations, we're talking about
all conference.
I mean, yeah, an all conference caliber corner. That you could just put out on an island and say, hey, do your thing, and he'll be 100% fine, which is just so invaluable in this conference, again, specifically when there is so many really talented passing games with so many great quarterbacks. I would say offensively, if there was one person that I could have surpass expectations, not named Sam Leavitt or Jordyn Tyson, I'm gonna say Josh Atkins. Josh Atkins at left tackle. It's something I brought up on yesterday's show, like, the pressure on Josh Atkins to be even better than he was last year is real, right? Because people are going to be coming after Sam Leavitt more so probably than they were a year ago, because you don't have to right off the rip expect Cam Scadaboo-like numbers from whoever is starting at running back, right? So a lot of these pass rushers are going to be eager to pin their ears back and get going after Sam. The pressure is on Josh Atkins to really, really protect Sam Leavitt in the pocket. And if he could play like an all-conference caliber offensive lineman, say what you want about the rest of the offensive line. As long as I know that Sam's blind side is good, that makes me feel a lot better about the rest of the entire offense.
I think if I had to pick an individual player instead of a unit, it might be Jaron Hamilton, because the potential's so sky high there that if you just had a burner that reached their max potential and surpassed expectations alongside Jordyn Tyson, of course, also thinking about my boy Malik McClain. If he could surpass expectations.
Your boy, Malik McClain.
I think I might be on Malik McClain Island.
Who else is on Malik McClain? Just you? What are you bringing to Malik McClain Island?
Nothing. He's got me covered.
He's got you covered? Yeah. Is this like a remote
I know that when
island?
no one else got me, Malik McClain got me.
He's got you. Yeah. I don't know if he's got you like that.
Just giving me the weirdest
Duck Boy's
look.
sitting in the corner, man.
He
wants a headset.
It's that bad where Shane needs to say something.
Shane needs a headset.
What?
Mind you, he's got headphones on right now, too. I'm very curious to see what Duck Boy.
Seth is losing your confidence.
Let's see what we got here.
Sorry, my
moment's
intern's an
gone.
idiot. Just kidding, Seth.
That's crazy.
So when you say you're on Malik McClain Island, that's insinuating that nobody believes in Malik McClain.
Nobody believes in him as much as I believe in him, except for maybe Donald in the Discord.
Probably his family.
No, you believe in him.
I am his family now.
You believe in Malik more than Malik's family believes in
I
Malik.
believe in Malik McClain more than Malik McClain believes.
So I brings me back to my first question. What are you bringing to Malik McClain Island?
He said nothing.
Did nothing.
Nothing.
I'm covered.
The clothes on your back.
I'm good there. I don't have to check in when I step on Malik.
Is it a
McClain
deserted
Island.
island, or is it just like?
Yeah. What is?
Is it a luxurious place?
You know, you're not allowed to know.
I am allowed to
It's a
know. You
secret.
can't say I'm
It's a secret.
on Malik McClain Island and then not explain
Actually,
to me.
I'll tell you what.
Malik
That's
McClain
actually
Island
exactly
looks
what
like.
I can do.
No, you can't.
I can.
You can't do
and
that.
I will do that.
You're disgusting. You disgust me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I do.
you
Guess
disgust
what?
me.
Your disgust doesn't reach me on Malik McClain Island. Okay. I'm feet in the sand, drinking out of a coconut that I
Is
didn't
this kind of
draft.
like Love Island? Like the people get dumped from Malik McClain Island?
It is not like Love Island.
No, nothing
you
at all.
imbecile!
Okay.
I think we're good.
I don't know if we are. I frankly, I don't know if we are. Where were we before Malik
clue.
McClain Island?
Oh, I was just picking people I would like to surpass expectations.
Malik McClain.
Yeah. Any of the wide receiver 2, I guess. Whoever's going to be wide receiver 2, Jalen Moss, Jaron Hamilton, Malik McClain, if they can surpass expectations, then that just gives them an incredible plethora
What about
of
coaching?
weapons.
Which group do you think is more likely to surpass the expectations on the coaching front, offense or defense?
That's hard to say. I mean,
well, welcome to the pickle that you're in, buddy.
Give me Saga.
Just specifically Saga.
You asked for
you
a specific
love the
coach.
offensive line, bro.
I think they'll surprise people.
And you think Saga is
I think
the
he's a
most
great-
likely
I
bet?
think he's a great coach.
Okay.
And I think that when you have to coach the offensive line as a unit, and this unit has gone through some changes, and you're protecting a different running back, and as far as quarterbacks, it's the same guy, but a completely different guy than who you were planning on protecting 365 days ago. I think Saga has, maybe Iguano. Because they don't
See,
have
look,
scat.
you've talked yourself out of it. I didn't
good
even have
options.
to say anything
It's good
before
options.
It's great options.
I'm also on a Guano Island.
How about Jason Mons?
Yeah,
Huh?
Mons. Yeah, and you know what? Here's the thing: they're all pretty damn good.
They are.
They're all
But you
pretty
have to pick
damn
one,
good.
and you're picking Saga.
Nah, no, I'll pick a Guano.
You're picking Iguano.
I'll pick a
now.
Guano.
Okay, that's offense. What about defense? Let us know in the chat, by the way, if you're here too.
Deron Reynolds.
Deron Reynolds.
Yeah.
Okay, so the pass rush is going to start eating, and the offensive line is going to be improved. Okay, I'm here for that.
Well, I took a Guano, but yeah.
Right? Yeah, you're right.
I'll take
You're right.
both.
You're right.
You want to give me Saga and a Guano? I'm eating.
Okay.
Eating.
I'm gonna go Jason Mons. I don't know if there's a coach that is like shot up the coaching rankings, if you will, as fast as the way that Jason Mons has.
Sure.
From what he's done on the field coaching wise to recruiting, like he is slowly turned into one of the most valuable coaches on this coaching staff. And then defensively, like I'm gonna have to go Brian Carrington, again with the secondary. This is somebody that I would fully expect to be a defensive coordinator at some point in his career, if that's something that he wants. Probably sooner rather than later, given just what he means already to this program and how talented the secondary has gotten. I feel like for such a long period of time, the Arizona State secondary was such a weakness, not just under Herm, but under Todd Graham and under previous regimes. Like the secondary had a couple guys or a couple pieces here or there, but it's really skyrocketed under Brian Carrington coaching specifically the corners. So I'll go Brian Carrington on defense, and then I will 100% go with Jason Mons on offense.
All right, now what fan? What media outlet?
Us.
Us, for sure.
Yeah, it's 100%
Surpass
us.
expectations sky high.
Sharon's saying, I want Charlie Regal to impress this year because special teams needs that. That's a solid answer, too.
Yeah, it's a good answer. I mean, shocker. Sharon is a good answer.
Yeah,
What a surprise.
that's fair. That is 100%. We should have, the whole thing should have been like, is the offense or defense more likely to surpass expectations?
It's definitely
It is
special.
special
Well, because
teams.
we've got Jesus.
Honestly, it
We've
could
got
be.
Jesus.
It could be.
Well, yeah, nobody's talking about him.
Yeah. What would they say, though? We have
Nothing.
a kicker? That's it.
Yeah.
That's all they'd say.
I mean, they would say, thank God we have Jesus.
Yeah. No, you're right. And Canyon Floyd.
True.
Canyon
Go
Floyd, the
Skis.
punter. Yeah. Guys, let us know in the chat, again, which group, offense or defense, you think is most likely to surpass expectations in 2025.
Let's get to the bad part. Who's most likely to disappoint? Let's go player by player.
I'm good. I'm good on that front. It is Friday.
It is.
So we are going to be doing a little hot or not here. If you're new here, hot or not, we've got a few random topics that we pretty much just argue about. But I feel like over the last couple of weeks, we've been pretty cordial.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm not going to be cordial right now, but not to you. Champy in the chat says, I predict ASU finishes last season. Put your money where your mouth is, champ.
you can't even.
I will take you up on any monetary value on that bet.
Any monetary
You
number.
name your price
What's the bet?
on ASU does not finish last in this conference. You name your price, Champy. And if Arizona State finishes last in the Big 12 this year, I will pay that to you. You name your price, please.
What if they say 48-hour stream?
Fine. They have to stream for 48 hours? Yeah.
Guess that's fair. That's fair.
Champy, come on. Let's do 20 bucks? All right, Champy. If you want to start small, that's fine. I was thinking higher than that, but if you want to do 20 bucks,
20 bands.
20 bands? Yes. I will gladly take $20 from you, Champy. I need you in here, okay? Or you can DM me on Twitter at ERIKRUBY. and we can figure this out. But yeah, I mean, I was hoping you'd say like 1,000, 5,000
At least.
I don't think there's an amount of money I would not put down on Arizona State not finishing last. Like,
How are you? Or like, I guess I know you're telling your wife, but like,
I'm going to her.
How
and
is
I'm saying-
that? How is
I'm
that?
saying-
I've
I'm
got a
saying-
sure thing, babe.
I mean, it is about a sure thing. I mean, I think even with the worst injury luck in the world,
Okay.
there is no way. There is no way that this team finishes last in the conference. None.
I'm knocking on wood.
No.
All the wood. We're knocking on it.
He's the dumbest person alive.
The stupidest
No,
man.
now he's the dumbest.
The dumbest and the
Person.
stupidest
Hey, I just won $20.
person now. Wow. You've Congratulations.
$20.
Yeah. I guess you did. Let's get into hot or not. Is it going to be Seth or is it going to be the deli man delivering the meaty topics today? Looks like it's going to be the deli man, also known as Duck Boy.
Hot or not interns.
Is he? So you're deli man by day, Duck Boy by night.
I'm not Duck Boy.
You are Duck Boy.
Your lava girl?
Not Duck
What's
Boy.
topic number one, Mustachio?
Savory pastries.
Savory pastries.
Hot. What?
Wait.
Hot.
Can I, like, my brain's not fully working right now. Can you give me, like, just an example?
Like
of
a
savory
empanada?
pastry? An empanada. Never
Hot.
had an empanada.
What?
Never had.
This is the guy
Why
who-
does that
this is the
surprise
guy-
you?
This is the guy who says his palate is better than mine.
Yeah,
And he hasn't eaten an empanada.
that's pretty crazy.
Okay, do you have any other examples?
I mean, there's like,
Let me
A
look.
savory pastry is pretty self-explanatory.
yeah, it's like a
Pastry that has savoring filling in it instead of
like a pasty or pasty, I guess is how you pronounce
Savory
it.
hand pie.
I mean, it's hot.
Hand pies.
It's hot. Like there's not even a conversation about this.
I mean,
You haven't had one. You can't say it's hot or not.
I know, but I could 100% say if it's hot or not. I just feel like pastries are meant to be sweet.
Mm.
No? You're saying they're hot.
Yes, they're very
Savory
hot.
pastries.
They're fantastic.
Sharon says hot. Ooh, like a mini chimmy? Does that count? Like a chimichanga?
No, it's more just like fried. Like, I don't know. I don't
Even
think
if
so.
it doesn't count, it's still hot. Count it or don't count
Chimichanga
it,
is
it's still
hot. Chicken pot pie, is that a pastry?
Yeah.
Chicken pot pie smacks.
Yeah.
Does smack.
Pot pies in general, hot.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll say hot. I'll go with you
this
on that one.
It's good food.
You should have to explain it, though. You shouldn't just be
No.
able to sit here and say it's hot. Yes, it is physically hot, but tell me why it's good. Tell me why it's tasty. Tell me why you like it.
I like savory foods and I like pastries.
Boom. See, that's all you had to do.
Okay,
That's all I
and
needed.
I did it.
Now you did.
I'm so glad today is not
Ooh, a
Monday.
pupusa. A pupusa's hot. Yeah, that's really good.
I'm good on that one.
Yeah. Do you like them? You like savory
Of course I
pastries?
do.
Of course you do.
Duh.
Dude, screw
Um,
you, man.
Abstract art.
Not hot. Not hot. I'm also to quote the one, the only Sean DePaz. It's not that hot. I don't think Sean liked art, or he thought it was a scam.
Yes, he said art's a scam.
He said art's a
Art in general?
Yeah, we need to
Art in
find that.
general
I
is a
forgot
scam.
that clip is so funny.
Art
clip
is a
is
scam
so
is
good.
quite the take.
That clip
quite
was
the take.
maybe a top 3 clip in the history of this show. Crab puffs. Sharon's still on the savory pastry.
Savory
Never had a crab puff either though.
What is wrong with you?
So she's like,
Haven't
yeah, I
had
never
it.
drank water.
You guys are making this. a big
I mean,
deal.
he's
It's just what he does. Though.
yeah, that was
He
stupid.
just screams and yells.
Yeah, well, it wasn't. He's not screaming and yelling. It was
Cut
just
the bleep to it.
Okay, what did you say the second topic? Art, abstract art.
yeah.
It's just kind of, I don't know. I feel like I don't deserve an opinion on abstract
I
art.
feel
Why?
like you just don't deserve an opinion.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Seth says abstract art is a thumbs down.
I mean, here's the thing is like, honestly, I don't really care. So I don't know if I care enough to say it's not hot. Some people like it.
so you're
Sure.
saying hot.
Sure. Sure.
Shane, you strike me as a big abstract art guy.
No, it gets too weird. Some of it's hot. Like there's some cool.
Abstract art out
Yeah,
there.
but like
But you don't get the cool abstract art without the bad abstract art. So you gotta take it.
you don't get to
take it
cool
where it
anything
goes.
without the bad anything.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
Everything's-
it's
Yeah, I
same thing
guess
with
that's-
like
that's
savory
true.
pastries. Like somebody's bad at making savory pastries, but that's not what I'm basing my
No,
opinion
but
off
you
of.
okay? I think some pastries are just bad. Some savory pastries
Well,
are
no.
just bad.
abstract art that is too abstract can still be done by somebody who's talented and good at doing it. It just looks like not
Poo.
good. Yeah.
So are you
I
saying
think
it's hot?
It's expression, so yeah, probably.
So expression is hot.
Yes, it's like the hottest thing in the world.
Okay. I don't know if it's the hottest thing in the world.
It's one of.
What is the hottest thing in the world?
Let's-
Food?
On a brand new hot or not.
Brand new hot or not? The
What's
hottest things
what's
in the
hotter,
world.
food or free expression?
Whoa. Now we're getting into like rights and stuff. Obviously, free expression is hot.
Yes,
I'm just
yes.
talking about expression
Just
in
expression. So
general.
just like
Everybody
Not
should
free
be allowed
Let's
to.
make this clear.
Everybody
Not
should
free
be allowed.
expression.
No, that's
Just expression.
just like no crap. Of
Uh-huh.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what's topic number 3?
Well, what's the hottest thing in the world?
Food and water.
Water's not food though.
Then water. Because you need water.
What are you saying?
Is water hotter than food? Is that what you're saying?
I think it is. You need it. You can't live as long without it.
You can't. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, but it's
Like food is
Okay.
better as in like
But
it
that
tastes
doesn't
better.
mean that it's immediately hot
Yeah.
because you have to survive
because
with it.
It kind of is.
I don't think
Not
so.
necessarily. I think your body would say that it's
Air?
hot.
Air's pretty hot.
See, like,
Here
but,
in the valley, yes.
We're
it
talking
is.
the hottest things in the world. You gotta do the things that like keep you alive.
yeah, but that's that. Yeah, I disagree because, like,
You live a boring life if that's the way that you think about it. The things that keep me alive are the hottest.
yeah,
No.
I like being alive.
yogurt
for you,
pretzels
man.
might be the hottest. thing in the
Yogurt
world.
pretzels. Yogurt pretzels are
Dude.
pretty
Top 3
elite.
hottest things ever:
Come-
air, water, yogurt, pretzels.
Coming back from Vegas, I got these. They were blueberry yogurt pretzels in this.
That sounds
in the-
elite.
It's for God Friday, but I'm not going to do it. In this lounge that I went to from this undisclosed place. Took them.
Where is it? Where do you
I know where you
and
are.
I got them to go in a bag for my flight, and I had half of them. And I'm very bad at self control. I just, if I'm enjoying food, I'm going to finish it. It's-
Yeah, absolutely.
So
same.
I did really good, and I controlled myself, and I ate half of the bag, and I left with my tasty blueberry yogurt pretzels.
Sounds like discipline is pretty hot for you.
Now, where did they end up? But the floor of the airplane because I forgot them.
No.
Yeah.
That's tragic.
Mhm.
It's tragic. So
That's not hot.
You're saying air is the hottest thing alive. You're saying blueberry yogurt.
Just yogurt
pretzels.
Just
pretzels.
yogurt pretzels.
Yogurt
Let's
pretzels.
widen the range.
Yeah, from air to pretzels.
What about you?
Oh man, the hottest thing in the.
Democracy?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty hot.
Pretty hot.
Definitely not the hottest thing in the world.
No.
Freedom is pretty hot. Freedom is pretty hot.
No.
I'm gonna say The Weeknd.
Like the artist?
No, no. Just
Yeah, I
the
got
2
you.
days that we get that we don't have to work. I think those are probably.
See, so here's the thing, Totri.
You have such a good job, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
and
that's the
so
thing.
often do you.
Sophie's like, I work in the mines. Like,
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
So often he brings up like, oh, it's Monday. This week's going by
Do
slow
you
on the
guys
show.
not like The Weeknd?
No, I do, but you
So
bring
what's
it up
the issue?
because you bring it up more than anybody I know.
Yeah, I like The Weeknd.
No, not just the weekend. You bring up being at work more than I know.
Yes.
While
I
you're
am
sitting.
somebody that works to live, not lives to work.
Uh-huh.
So that's why The Weeknd for me is the hottest thing in the world because I don't have to do anything that I don't want to do.
Mhm.
Can do what I want to do.
So again, it sounds like you hate this job.
No,
Somebody's
I
listening
know.
to this after like their 8th hour of hard manual labor.
Let's get something perfectly clear. I just don't like jobs in general.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with this specific job.
Out of
It's
all,
just working.
this is the least crappy thing you could be doing out of the crap in the world
The least crappy thing.
because of how much you hate jobs. It's all crap, but this is the least of the crap.
You used to live in
Just
South
say
Bend.
yes and save it.
Sure. Yeah.
Hot or not? This job. Hot.
Okay, bring us home. What's topic number 3?
I have a list of a bunch of stuff, but I don't really like any of them. So let me try to conjure something up. Ooh, like fake potions. Have you ever seen those?
Fake potions.
Yeah, people make potions that obviously aren't real because potions aren't like.
Potions aren't real.
I mean, technically they are, but they like.
Potions.
Yeah, potions.
Fake potions?
Yeah, they're pretty sick. I'll show you. Like people like put a bunch of glitter in it and like will stamp like hot wax on the top of it and like wrap it. It looks really cool.
So it's just like
just a
it's
drink.
just a decoration.
Yeah, it's a decoration.
Oh, it's a no, not hot.
What about the idea of potions?
The
in
idea of
general?
potions are hot as
Idea
hell.
of potions.
That might be the hottest thing ever. Like,
Potions.
The
No.
idea of potions are hot.
The idea of potions is the hottest thing in the world, or potions are the hottest thing in the
Well,
world?
potions aren't really real. So like,
Yeah, they are. They just don't work.
okay. I would say the idea of potions is
If
maybe
somebody-
the hottest thing.
if
like
so-
I could drink something.
If somebody
and,
on
like,
Mill gave you a potion Would you drink it?
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
Depends on how
I think
appetizing.
Okay,
it looks.
what are the hottest types of potions? Last question before you get out of here.
Invisibility.
Invisibility.
Like something that boosts your charisma.
Health potion.
No,
I was thinking
again,
more
that's
of
just
like the
surviving.
potions from Emperor's New Groove, like the potions
They
that turn you into like an
animal.
animal.
Yeah. Like
What animal
Kronk?
are you getting turned
Yeah.
into by the mill potion?
A
I
duck.
like that dog. Oh,
Duck. Yeah.
duck.
Duck.
Why is it?
Why not?
Oh.
Guys, that's going to do it for today's episode of the PHNX Sun Devils show. Hit that like button, the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review on your way out. You finished stretching over there? Big stretch?
Let's go.
Big stretch, man.
Big stretch.
Yeah. On your way back to throw some shade at KD.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah. If you enjoyed today's content, give the show a follow at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Totri. You could follow this guy, my strawberry swirl girl, at Erik Ruby. That is Erik with a K. You could follow Duck Boy by night, Deli Man by day at Shane Deef.
Taking a potion from a random man on mill and regretting it the next morning, as always.
We'll see you guys on Monday. But in the meantime, go Devils. And peace.
We all silly like the mayor.